New set, new vibe, new host. Welcome to a brand new era of Link Up. I'm your new favorite matchmaker, Fiona Davies, and I'm so excited to be going through your entries and linking you guys up. Now, I like to consider myself to be Cupid's most skillful archer, and I'm a lover girl, so best believe that I've got you covered. And on this first episode, we're starting out with a banger, literally. We're sitting down with one half of the duo that gave us party anthems for days. He's an author, an artist, a culture shaker, a relationship coach. Ladies and gentlemen, Skuki Peeshaun is in the building.
I like how you pronounce it, Peeshaun.
Yeah.
Bring them back, Peeshaun.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All I can hear in my head right now is Maya Banga.
Nice one.
Peeshaun.
Nice one.
How you doing, Peeshaun?
I'm good. Happy to be here.
Good to have you on the show.
Yeah.
Good to have you. So, you know how we roll over here. We have entries from single people, and then we're going to be linking them up, based off of who we think are most compatible. So, guys, we have a relationship coach in the building. If we link you up and it doesn't work out, then you're the problem.
Yes.
Okay, so before we dive right in, I want to quickly find out, right?
Okay.
Talk to me about your transition from music and into being, a relationship coach. I mean, 15 years ago, you won, yourself and your brother won the next rated award at the Headies. Exactly.
Yeah.
So talk to me about that transition.
So I think my brother is the music guy. He's really the music guy. I have an interest for music. But I think this is what I would have wanted to do all along.
Oh, you're living the dream.
But 15 years ago, I was probably too young to talk like this, and I was probably still learning. So the thing about this line of career, being a relationship coach, is that the older you get, the more experience you get. So my mom was a relationship coach.
Oh, okay.
This was all she did.
Oh,
she
really?
spoke to, she was that woman everybody came to. But I mean, talking about 80s and 90s, she didn't do it like professionally.
Okay.
But anybody that was getting married, their parents would be like, oh, go meet her, Mrs. Oguni. And I'm the last born, so I was always hanging around her. So I was always there when she's talking to these people. I think parents think children don't absorb these informations, but
they do.
I was, gaining everything. And she and my dad would really brainstorm about a lot of things, of course, gossip, and sometimes I'll see my dad's perspective is opposite of my mom's perspective, So I started to compare. Like, sometimes I'll see a man and his wife come. The man will see my dad. The woman will see my mom.
Oh.
I'll see the woman crying while she talks to my mom. I'll run over to my dad's side, and the men will be laughing about the same thing.
Wow.
So I'm like, oh, okay, there's a difference here,
Yeah.
So I started to experiment on my friends growing up and my own, teenage year relationships. I started to look at the world through that. So I think it was always there. So when I started music, I had to help my brother with the music because he couldn't do it alone because our parents didn't want us to do music.
Oh, yeah?
But tagging along with him, then we did the whole thing. I enjoyed that run, but I think I had to somehow just come back to this. And that's why I talk. And people are like, how do you get that? I'm like, okay, I think I learned from the best. which
Love it.
Yeah.
So your book, Make Him Worship
The
You.
best book in the world.
Oh, yeah? Love it. So that's the title to start with. I mean, it's
Yeah.
very interesting, very
Yeah.
catchy. I remember seeing it a couple of years ago. I'm like, okay.
Bold.
This is interesting. This is bold.
Yeah.
Talk to me about the book.
I
What
think
would we typically find in it? Why should I read it?
I think every 21-year-old girl and above should read that book. I'd say maybe not 18 because she needs to have, probably started being approached by men. And at 18, guys much
Technically,
older than I could start approaching her. But I would like to give them to like 21 to now read that book.
Fair enough.
I have women who are 50 years old reading that book. Married women read it.
Oh, yeah?
Even though the rules are not, you can't really apply it in a marriage setting, but it reminds you of who you are. So in the first few paragraphs of the book, I say, I'm not here to teach you women how to be powerful. I'm here to remind you that you're powerful. But not in the way they have been preaching girl empowerment, like Powerpuff Girls stories, all these years, that's alienating women from their femininity.
Okay.
Feminism came and murdered femininity. And women have been, women have been running around looking for answers. Something sets you apart from what your true nature is, then how are you going to survive? So you're trying to play the masculine game with guys in their comfort zone. So men keep winning. Nothing has disempowered the young girl more than feminism in the last 20 years. I promise you.
That's a really interesting perspective.
It's a fact.
I'm thinking, do I want to get into that? But you know what? I think we should go into our entries for now, and then we'll come back to that. And then one thing I found very interesting that you just mentioned was the book is not to be applied in the context of marriage.
No. It's
Oh,
not
really?
to be.
So it's pre-marriage, and that's
It's for people who are dating.
Okay.
For women. I mean, if you're 18, it doesn't matter even if you are divorced and you want to get back into the dating game, even particularly for those ones.
So it's just for those in the dating game.
Yeah. But if you're married, read it.
Okay.
Right? But because you're married, there are some walls you cannot put up
Okay.
in a marital setting. But read the book. You will see a lot of things you did wrong as a young girl. You will see a lot of things that you're still doing wrong in how you process how men think.
Okay,
and if you
ladies.
apply that within the context of a marriage, then I promise you, your husband will look at you like, something has changed in this girl's
Are
mentality.
the men expecting a book soon? Because, I mean, it can't be only the women now. Come on.
Men will not, they don't read.
Oh, yeah. Okay, ladies. So let's go check out the book and, we'll see.
Yeah, make him
We'll
worship
see.
you.
All right. So let's dive right into our first entry. Are you ready?
Absolutely.
I'm super excited. All right. So it says, "Hi, my name is Amaka. I'm 34, divorced, and a proud mom of one. I've spent the last few years healing, building, and learning myself deeply. Now I'm ready to love again, intentionally this time. No games, no time wasting. I'm looking for a man who's emotionally intelligent, spiritually grounded, and not intimidated by a strong woman who also wants to be soft. Please link me up with someone who's done the work on himself too." I feel like you have a lot to say because when we were discussing earlier, you mentioned some of these things. Okay, so talk to me. What are you thinking?
I like the fact that she pointed out that she's worked on herself. I like the fact that she said she's done a lot of healing.
Yeah, it
So
sounds
that
like
means
she's been through a lot.
Yeah, and very self-reflective. And the fact that she says a strong woman, okay, who wants to be
Who wants
soft?
to be soft? Let's not forget that.
So I mean that just does it, because in anything you just want to always be in your feminine frame as a woman. Same thing for guys. You just want to be in your masculine frame, and that's really what you can bring to a relationship, And as much as you bring that, then the attraction is not going to fade away.
Do you think that men know how to handle a woman who is strong?
What is strong? Because I feel like because women have been programmed to mistake strength for jumping out of their feminine frame and into a masculine frame. It's been turned upside down. Femininity is soft, does not mean it is weak. When they say strong, most of the time they're talking about hardened women, and hardened women are not strong. They're just hardened, my way or the highway.
Well, she mentions that she's strong and soft
So beautiful.
simultaneously.
That's why I like it.
I guess she's found the balance.
That's yeah. And that balance is the key thing, because women are making their own money. She's probably fending for herself. She has a child, so that motherly
she's a
instinct
proud
would have
mom of
kicked in.
one.
Exactly.
You've got to.
So she's killing it out there, and in the workforce, in the world out there, you need to really put on some masculine traits. You have to be assertive. You can't be agreeable. Even as a woman, or else people will ride you. People will walk all over you. So
And is that a masculine trait, though?
it is a masculine trait.
Okay, if you say so, you're the expert. We're going to go on a quick break, and when we come back, we'll be diving into more of your entries. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, guys. You're still watching Link Up. I'm Fiona Davies, your new favorite matchmaker, and I've got Skuki Peeshaun in the building. And before the break, we just ran through an entry from Amaka, who's divorced, proud mom of one. She's done the work on herself. She's healed, gone through everything, trauma and whatnot. And now she's ready to find love again. So now we're going to be moving on to the second entry. But before we do that, in case you like what you're hearing about Amaka and you think you're the man for her, you're a strong man, you can handle a soft woman who's also, a strong woman simultaneously, sending your entry link up at weddingchannelafrica.com. So now, are you ready for the second entry?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Okay, so the second entry is from Dami.
Okay.
Dami says he's 28 years old.
Okay.
I only just started dating seriously in my mid-20s. I was shy growing up and didn't really have much game. But I've come to my own and I'm ready to put myself out there now. I'm looking for a woman who is kind, has a great sense of humor, and doesn't mind that I'm still learning how to flirt perfectly. I'm based in Ibadan, but I'm open to a long distance. Link me up, please.
Nice.
What are you thinking?
Young guy.
Yeah, I like his honesty though.
Yeah, I like his honesty.
He's letting you know
yeah.
I'm still learning to flirt, but if you have me, I'm down.
It's still. Let's go on. Maybe we'll see the person.
Okay.
For him. Yeah.
All right, sure. So now the third entry says, "What's good, link up? My name is Z. I'm 25 years old, a Lagos baddie with brains. I'm in my soft babe era, but the streets have been ghetto lately. That I agree on. I want a man who's intentional but not obsessed, confident but not controlling, and most importantly, knows how to communicate. I love if he's dark-skinned, tall, financially buoyant, and funny. This is non-negotiable for me, funny especially. I work in tech, I love anime, and yes, I want love that makes me delete my burner account. Link me up before I give up and move to Canada. I like Zainab. She's giving baddie. I love it. I love her vibe.
Yeah.
What are you thinking? What do you think? What comes to mind from Zainab's entry, or Z's entry rather?
Z's, I mean, it's cool. She's a young girl. She's like 20 what?
25.
25, yeah.
She says she's a Lagos baddie. What comes to your mind when you hear Lagos baddie?
Well, she's a girl who's she sounds like Gen Z, right? 25. That's
Yeah,
Gen Z.
she is Gen Z.
So she knows what she wants. She's going to be very feminine. She's going to talk a lot.
I agree.
She's gonna talk a lot. She likes communication, and but when women say they like communication, they don't include listening into it many times.
Oh yeah.
I hope that's not the case with Z though. Women say, "Oh, you don't communicate." Communication means you listen more than you even talk.
Oh,
you know?
really?
Women like to talk, but they don't necessarily communicate, which is something we need to work on. The women need to work on that.
Take notes, ladies.
Yes,
Take
they need
notes.
to work on that because men and women communicate differently. So Z should know that if communicating is a big deal for her, then she should listen even twice as much as she talks. You know?
I mean, she says the one thing she mentioned that's absolutely non-negotiable for her is funny. He has to be funny.
So
I think, being funny is like, it's a really good trait. Actually, women
she
tend
and
to like
Dami
that.
cannot go though, because Dami's still learning to flirt.
Yeah,
you know?
Dami's still learning
they won't
to
go.
flirt.
They won't go. No. But I like her vibe. Yeah, I like her vibe.
Yeah, I actually really like her vibe. Let's
Yeah.
help her. I'm looking forward to helping her out so she doesn't have to move to Canada. Meanwhile, I was going to ask you earlier, right? What is the craziest thing you've heard? Because I mean, you do one-on-one counseling. So what's like something
Fiona,
you can
tell me
share?
that question. What's coming?
Something crazy that you've experienced or heard in the process of one-on-one counseling. Something you're willing to share, because I know it can get pretty
craziest thing I've
sensitive.
heard.
Yeah.
So I'll share one, but I don't share stories, because very confidential and stuff.
Of course.
Yeah, I don't
mean,
share
we
stories.
don't know who it is, so.
Yeah. So a lot of people send me stories. They'll be like, "Oh, put this story up for." I'm like, "No, I'm not a relationship blogger. I'm a relationship coach." So yes, I'll probably have 1 million more followers if I was to share gossip and stuff. But I'm not here
So
to
have you
gossip.
chosen not to do that, though?
Because I don't think I'm doing it for clout. I think I'm doing it to solve problems, actually. So I'd rather help 1,000 people than have 100,000 people and I'm just gossiping with them and they come to my page to gossip or, get.
But then I find that sometimes people learn from other people's stories.
Man, they should learn from what I teach. After that, I have nothing else to offer because people are traumatized by other people's stories. So
That is true.
Yeah,
that is
how
true.
many? One woman comes out, she says her husband does this for her, and 1,000 women are traumatized in their own relationships because of her story. So because of that, I don't share stories, but
Okay,
I'll share
fair
one.
enough.
No, I'll share one. I'll share one crazy one. I'll share
Okay.
one crazy one, and it's speaking to a couple, and then the lady tells me that that 2 kids are not for the man,
Oh, wow.
but I'm working with both of them.
Oh,
And
wow.
So it's heavy. It's heavy on my
is-
heart.
that is
'Cause
heavy.
The guy doesn't know, and the guy loves his kids to death.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, that's the top. It's not the craziest, but it's the top 3.
Oh, yeah?
I'll
It's not the
say
craziest.
But
Now
I mean,
I'm really curious to hear what the
but
craziest
again,
one is.
but again, people should not be scared because there are so many amazing stories too. I mean, there
yeah?
are people who divorced. I've worked with a couple; they were divorced for 4 years, but they kind of healed and came back together. And,
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I love to hear
and-
stories like that, actually.
and it's just so amazing, man. Like they were cool individually, but together they had to learn more. So the sparks went off. The divorce, very ugly divorce, but then going alone and learning, they realized that that wasn't bad. That wasn't
Nothing
bad.
day these
And they're
streets.
back,
so-
exactly, and they're back together, and it's magical.
All right, guys, we'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll dive into more of your entries. Please stay with us. Welcome back to Link Up, the show where we link you up and help you find the love of your life, the sugar in your tea, the butter in your bread, your missing rib. Feel free to send us your entries, linkup@weddingchannelafrica.com. We look forward to linking you up and helping you find, that missing thing, that missing person in your life. We've got you. So before we proceed into our next entries, quick shout out to Neola Knit for collaborating with us, making me look as beautiful as I do today. All right, Skuki,
Yeah.
Peeshaun. Are you ready for the fourth entry?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Hi, my name is Tolu. I'm 31 years old, a creative director of a fashion brand, and a soft life advocate. I like that. I used to be the typical hard guy, but I've evolved. These days, I want peace, cuddles, deep conversations, and a girl who matches my calm energy.
Nice.
I like books, experimenting with food, and spontaneous weekend getaways. I'm ready to pour into someone who can pull back. No stress, no toxic love stories. Please link me up.
That's a good match with Amaka, but that's if he's into being with a single mother and somebody who's older, because she's like 3 years older than him.
Yeah, she's about 3 years
But
older.
the character definition, yeah, that will match.
So I find that I've come to learn that a lot of women would rather be with people who are older.
Yeah, of course.
So,
Absolutely.
but what's your thoughts on that?
It's nature
A
doing
man
its
who's younger and a woman who's older. Do you think potentially there are chances of it working out better or less?
Yeah, I mean, it could work, but default settings, women want a guy that's older. Women don't want equality, you know that, right?
Sorry, say that again?
Women don't want equality. No, you people don't want equality, and it's sad that men were confused because of all these nonsense things that were spewed out over the last 20, 30 years. Women don't want equality. You want a guy that's taller. You want a guy that's earning more than you. You want a guy that makes better decisions than you. You want a guy that does everything. You know, so they don't want equality.
Look up to basically.
Exactly, you know. So most women want a guy that's older. Most guys want a girl that's younger. It just inspires,
true.
you know, whatever sparks your femininity or your masculinity. So, but it doesn't mean I've seen people who, a couple I worked with recently, the lady's like 42, the guy's like 37, and they got together and they love each other like crazy.
Yeah.
So 5 years, you know. So it could work. It could work.
Okay.
But that character definition, fits each other. He's calm. He wants peace. She too, she has healed.
Yeah, she's healed. Oh, yeah.
but
I think we're getting somewhere already.
Yeah, you know.
Okay, so let's get into the fifth entry.
Yeah.
He says, hi, I'm Stanley. I'm 35 years old, living in Port Harcourt. I work in oil and gas, and I've been too career focused for too long.
Wow.
Now, I want a partner I can do life with. Someone who's supportive, grounded, and loves a little romance. I'm the type of guy to bring you flowers just because, and cook Sunday rice with you while blasting old school jam. I'm really digging this vibe. If there's a queen out there who's ready for something real, please link me up. I think Stanley's entry is pretty interesting.
Stanley can match with any of the two ladies here.
Yeah, I agree, actually.
Yeah, he can match. I think he will be a dream guy for Z. Yeah, there's like 10 years between them. Is much older. It's calm
and he's been career driven for a long time,
so
and now he's ready to tap into that romantic side of him.
Absolutely cool. And then let's leave Amaka out, even though but that's if the guy is open to being, because Amaka, she's going to be a mother first. So any guy that's going to go with her has to understand that she's always going to be a mother first before she's a wife.
So I want to ask you, right, if you could give just one relationship advice to men specifically, what would it be?
Men have to stay within their masculine frame with their woman. She's going to talk a lot. Most of what she's saying is nonsense. Most.
Wow.
It's emotional. Yeah, it's emotional. Women don't lie, because whatever she's saying is true to her in that moment. You talk to her about it, a month later she said, I never said that.
Women don't lie. I agree with that.
So, because what she's saying is true to her in that moment, even though something else will be true to her in another moment. So a lot of men are having headaches because they're trying to reason with women. I'm not saying women are stupid.
Yeah.
Because she's emotional, she could be unreasonable in the moment.
Okay.
A man has to let it fly by. If he runs after every brick, every stone she throws, he's going to run himself mad.
Okay.
Women are intuitive. Women are very emotional, and it's a good thing.
Okay.
It is how the feminine thrives. That's the reason why you people get pregnant over and over again. You go through 9 months of it. It's not a bad thing. Men just have to know that this girl is going to give me the greatest inspiration in this life. And she's also going to be the one that will give me the greatest headache. So I need to separate it. Not because she's bad,
okay,
but because we are different.
Okay.
Once it does that, she's going to throw a lot of nonsense his way. Once he masters turning in his masculine frame, see, the masculine is a pillar, is a rock. The woman is like waves of an ocean. She's
So
going to
he's
throw
unmovable.
she's going to throw all her things right. If he stays like this, she's going to calm down and be like, this guy don't even send me. Then she's going to fall in love with him all over again. And what does the guy get from that? He's going to be rewarded with respect. And there's nothing, if you ask any man that is 35 and above, nothing makes a man feel fulfilled more than getting respect from his woman. The whole world could talk you down. If your woman respects you, trust me, there's nothing you can't face. And that is what's missing in a lot of marriages today. Men don't know how to get respect because they talk to the woman like they're equals. You are not her equal. She's not inferior.
Okay.
But she doesn't even want to be equal. We just said it now. You like a man that is. Exactly. Did you see that?
Okay.
Although I know modern women are triggered when they say, I mean, I'm not equal. She's not inferior, but she doesn't want to be equal. She wants to look up to the guy. That's why on the wedding day, the father of the girl will take her hand and give it to the guy.
Yeah.
Do we realize how symbolic that is? That's saying you are now her father figure. So what's the father figure doing being equal with you? She's inspired the most.
Okay.
So the man has to go back, work on himself, and make decisions from a place of certainty, not from a place of ego. He has to be a good man. Good men are not nice men. If your
Good
child
men
are not nice men. No, they are not nice men. He's just good. He'll look out for her safety. She's a modern woman. She's probably making her own money. She has to have a way on some things.
Good men are not nice men.
No,
That has me
it's
confused.
just good.
I'm wondering what
It's
does
just
that mean?
good. Okay, your child is playing with, wants to go and play outside in the rain.
Yeah.
And you say no because you know he's going to catch a cold.
Right.
And the child's looking like, oh, but I want to go play outside. And you say, sit down there. Or you
Okay.
take the iPad. You've been too much on your iPad. You take it.
Okay.
You're not being nice in that moment to the child, but you're being good.
Right.
Exactly.
Okay.
So a man has to be many steps ahead of his woman if she's going to continue to fall in love with him. But feminism has wrecked men's psyche also by saying equal. We're the same. We're not the same. We don't want to be the same. We're not going to be attracted to each other if we assume that we're the same. And it's women who check out first when they are not happy or when they don't feel fulfilled.
Okay, guys.
Tough.
That was a lot to take in. Okay. That's the advice for the men anyways. Please send us an entry if you think that any of the entries we've gone through so far is someone who's your spec. Send us an entry. Link up at weddingchannelafrica.com. And once again, shout out to Niola Knits for making me look as gorgeous as I look today. We'll be right back. Welcome back, guys. You're still watching Link Up. I'm Fiona Davies, your new favorite matchmaker. And I've had Skuki Peeshaun in the building with me, going through all your lovely entries. And now this is the part where we link you up. So we're going to do a quick recap, right?
Yeah.
So entry one was from Amaka, the 34-year-old divorced mom of one, proud mom of one, who's worked on herself and is ready to be with a man who's also worked on himself. Okay, we also had an entry from Dami, who's 28 years old, has only recently started dating seriously, was a tad bit shy, is based in Ibadan, and is still learning to flirt, which is pretty interesting. The third one was from Z, the Lagos body with brain. The one who wanted a man who's dark-skinned, tall, you know, all of that, six-pack, financially buoyant, funny. It takes a lot to raise. It takes a lot to raise Z. And then the next would be Tolu, the creative director of a fashion brand who's calm, you know, love to explore, soft life advocate basically. And finally, we have Stanley, who lives in Port Harcourt, works in oil and gas, you know, has been career focused, and now is just ready to, you know, channel his romantic side. So, what are we thinking?
I think Stanley and Z.
Stanley and Z, really?
Well, Stanley and Amaka.
Okay, so Z is 25, Stanley is 35. That's 10 years difference. Not bad at all. He works in oil and gas. We don't know now if he's a funny guy. Do you think he's a funny guy based on what he said? Because she said funny was non-negotiable for her.
And we don't know if he's tall, dark, and nice.
We don't know that either. So, but I think for Amaka says, you know, Amaka is 34, Stanley's 35. She's divorced. She's worked on herself. And she's looking for obviously a grounded man, emotionally intelligent man. And Stanley seems like, you know, he has worked on himself. He's looking for someone supportive, someone grounded.
That's a good one too.
I'm thinking.
Absolutely.
I'm thinking that's a good match because Amaka seems like a really strong woman. She might
Yeah.
need someone who's at
Also,
least, also
yeah.
really strong
Yeah,
and maybe
maybe,
even older
yeah,
as well.
yeah.
Even though the age difference is just a year, but I
Yeah,
think
but
that counts for something.
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
Absolutely, I agree.
Okay,
Absolutely.
guys, it sounds like we have our first match.
Absolutely.
Okay, so Stanley and Amaka,
Amaka.
we're going to exchange your details and please let us know if it works out. Please invite us to your wedding as well. If it goes all the way, we'll
You
be
never know.
excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Because I said earlier, we have a relationship coach in the building. So chances are this relationship will work out 99.9%.
Yeah.
So yeah, put in the work and all that. So do you think we have any other matches here?
No, don't give Dami to Lagos Body, please. No, please. No. Somebody should know.
No?
Please. Dami is a cool guy. He's just learning how to flirt. He's still working on his wrist game. Please.
Lagos Body could help him out with that wrist, you know?
No, I don't want her to shake him too much. No.
He looks like he could use a little bit of shaking up in his life, like some spice. Z seems like she's spicy.
No, he will. No. She'll
No?
be too. No.
Interesting. So do you
I
think
don't
she would be
support, no.
ideal for the creative fashion brand guy, the soft life advocate?
Who's that guy again?
Tolu.
Tolu, yeah.
Yeah,
He's,
the one
Alvi,
he's 31.
31.
Yeah, he used to be a hard guy, but he has evolved, and now he wants peace, cuddles.
Oh, that's cool.
Deep conversation.
Yeah, that's cool.
Calm energy.
That goes with
Experimenting. Spontaneous weekend getaways.
Yeah,
Sounds like I do
that's
for a
cool.
baddie.
Yeah. But is it all that kind of stuff?
We don't know that either. It's gonna be left for Z to decide, right?
Okay. I mean, I just was saying that she might see other qualities that make her now be like, okay, maybe it's not as dark as I want, but it's still, yeah.
How often do you get people that are so particular about,
A
physical?
lot.
And do they keep to it? Do they always
No,
keep to it?
no, they don't.
Right?
Yeah, no. Sometimes something will just come and sweep you off your feet, and you're like, ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay, so let's hope that that's the case with Z and Tolu as well, right?
Absolutely,
So it appears we have we have two matches here. So we have Amaka and Stanley, and now we have Z and Tolu. We're also going to exchange your details, and please let us know if it works out for you. Hopefully, on the next episode, we could be going through your entry. So send us a message, link up at Wedding Channel Africa with your entry, and let us know what it is you want. Describe yourself as well, just like these people have done. And who knows, love might just be one message away or one link up away. How about that?
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for coming on the show. Did you have fun?
Yeah, I had fun. I should be back again.
Oh, yes, you should be back again.
Yeah.
I mean, you brought a lot of gems to the episode.
Thank
and
you.
I hope you guys caught on all the gems that he gave. And, you would put it to play in your relationships. And ladies, in case you want to know how to make him worship you, you know where to go to.
Yeah,
What's your social media handles? Where can people find you?
Skuki Peeshaun. That's at SKUKIPEESHAUN. On all platforms. Same thing on all platforms.
Fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely.
And guys, it's been wonderful. We hope to get your entry on the next episode. Shout out once again to Neola Knits for making me look as gorgeous as I do today. And we'll see you in the next one. Toodles.